Hi Year 6 and welcome to Wednesday's maths lesson. We're moving on now to still looking at algebra, but using some formula, and in particular some formulas that you will come across quite a lot in school and in your maths lessons, some of the more common ones and some quite useful ones in life in general as well. Okay, so let's have a look. Starting with simple formula, and what I'm going to do today is do a bit of talking, and I'm going to ask you to pause it and have a go at the exercises as we go along. Okay, so really simple one to start with. Okay, we're just substituting one of the letters for a number. Okay, so in each of these formula, calculate the value of y when x is equal to 6 and of x when y is equal to 6. Okay, so for the first one, actually I'll go through an example a bit further down here, a slightly trickier one. But if x is equal to 6 then, okay, in y equals 3 plus 3x, okay, I know from my last lesson on Monday that 3x means 3 times x, okay, and if x is 6, that means 3 times 6 is 18, okay, plus the 3, okay, so therefore y must be equal to 21, okay, so have a go at doing these yourselves, okay, substituting in for x and y equals 6 and see how you get on, okay, right. Good luck. You might want to pause it now. Okay, and welcome back. Let's quickly fly through the answers here then. You should have got 8 for the first one, 4 for the next one, then 8 again, and then 5, and then this is what I did up here was a 21, okay, and x is equal to 1, and then we've got 7, and then finally we've got 4, okay. Just a quick one to think about. If you added one more to x and y to make them both equal to 7, so for example, if this was 7 and 7, okay, would the answers in here always just be one more? Have a think about that and tell me why not. Maybe write it down in your books, okay? Right, let's move on. We're going to move on to some of the common ones that you will come across in maths now, starting with areas of a rectangle, okay? Areas of a rectangle, really easy to work out. So this is obviously for a 2D shape. We're going to do length times width. Okay, I've just put them together, LW, because we know if we have two next to each other, it means multiply. So area equals length times width. Okay, A is the area, obviously, L is for length, and W is for width. So have a go completing this table. So obviously for this one, again, perhaps I'll show you just a quick example here. I've taken the one at the bottom, which is a little bit trickier, where we've got a missing number. Okay, so 6, this is the bottom one here, 6 times W, the width, okay, is equal to 45, okay? So I need to, quite simply, again, use my inverse operation, don't I? If I'm doing multiplication here, I've got to do some dividing. So I've got to divide 45 by 6. Straight away I know, okay, I'm ending in a 5 here, that's not going to fit, is it? Okay, so what I can do is just go ahead and do my usual method, and I'm going to fill it in, okay? So 6, oops. 6 into 4 won't go, okay, but 6 into 45 I know go, quick maths here, Mr. York, 6 times 7 is 42, okay, and I've got a remainder, so what I'm going to do is extend it, okay, so 6 times 7 is 42, I've got 3 left over there, so 6 is into 30, go 5 times, so my answer is 7.5. Okay, so don't be afraid sometimes to be using this method to get yourself to the answer with some of the division questions in particular. Same with the multiplication. If you have to do a long multiplication, if you have to, do it. Okay, get to the answer. Okay. So have a go for yourselves and see how you get on. I'm going to leave them up on the screen so you can see them, and then we'll go through just quickly the answers afterwards. Okay, off you go. Good luck. Welcome back. So let's just fly through the answers. We should have got, of course, nice and easy. 4 times 6 is 24. 8 times 4 is 32. Here then, we had to do, again, a bit of mental calculation here. 6 times 1.5 is 9. If I know that 6 times 1 is 6, okay, then I've got 3 more to go. And I know that 6 halves are going to equal to 9. Okay, so 1.5 is the answer there. 5 times 9.2, so like I said earlier on, don't be afraid to just do a little multiplication here, 9.2 times 5, and work out the answer, and you'll get 46. And the last one I went through for you was actually quite easy if you take your time and work it out. Right, let's move on to perimeter. Okay, perimeter is actually, you'd think it'd be harder than easier than area, but it's not. It's actually a little bit trickier, the formula for perimeter. So perimeter of a rectangle is expressed by this formula: P equals 2L plus 2W. So P is the perimeter, and L and W are the length of the adjacent side. So in other words, they're the length and the width, okay, like with the area. So if I've got here, let's again have a look at an example I'll put down here. So perimeter equals 2L plus 2W. Okay, right, I'm going to look at the one here where it ends in 13. 2L plus 2W equals 13. So what I know already is I've been given the width, which is 5. Okay, so I'm going to do 2 times 5, okay, which is equal to 10. Okay, let's write that down. Oh no. So I'm going to do 2 times 5, which is 10. Okay, then what have I got left? So I've got here, I've got 13 and I've got 10 plus this equation here. Now I know, again, with my inverse, that means that this number here must be the difference, mustn't it? Okay, so 10 plus something equals 13. Well, I know this has got to be 3. Okay, so this has to be 3 down here. Okay, but that there is not 3, is it? Okay, because if this was 3, it'd be 2 times 3, which would be 6, plus 10 is 16. Okay, so I've got to divide my 3 by 2. Okay, again, I'm doing my inverse. If it says times here, I'm going to divide it. Okay, so I'm actually going to end up with 2 times, sorry, not very straight here, 1.5. Okay, so the number I'm looking for there is 1.5. Okay, the width is 1.5, because if I double it, which is equal to 3, and I double my 5 I've got there, which is equal to 10, 10 plus 3 equals 13, my perimeter and my answer. Okay, so just might want to pause it here. I'll put them up and you can have a go for yourselves, give them a try. Okay, welcome back. Let's just quickly go through the answers, what you should have had. Of course, nice and easy, 24, 26, 1.5 was the one I went through down here, 74 and 42. Okay, so well done if you got all of those correct. Now, very quickly, just I'm going to fly through. I'm not going to give you examples of these, but just ones to remember, really. And again, this is should be revision. We have done this already. But area of a triangle, okay, area equals base times height divided by 2. Okay, so one to remember there. If we want to work out the area of a triangle, okay, we just do the base times the height and divide it by 2. Okay. Area parallelogram, really nice and easy. Okay, we're doing the base times the height. Okay, and be careful, it's not the length here, remember, it is that kind of the perpendicular height. Okay, the from here to here, so just be careful with that one. Okay, and volume of cuboids, if you wanted to find out volume. Of course, of a cuboid, you would, as if you're working out the perimeter, but then you just times it by the width. So you can do length or the height. So length times width times height. Okay, so I've just put it as LWH. Okay, V equals LWH. Length times width times height. Okay, so I just wanted to make sure I included those before we moved on to a slightly trickier one. Okay, but one that's going to be very useful, which is miles and kilometers. Okay, so to work out the formula for converting kilometers to miles is K equals this here. K equals M times 8/5, or the other way around, miles or equals kilometers times 5/8. Okay, so I've put some up here, okay, for you to work out and see if you can get them. Okay, I'm going to give you one of the examples here. I'm actually going to have a look at the second one, I think, actually, which is the 20 kilometers. Okay, so here I go. I have got my 20 kilometers here. Okay, so I'm going to put my 20 here. Now, when I multiply fractions, what I like to do is, again, imagine it looks something like this. Okay, that we know is equal to 20, isn't it? Okay, we've got 20 wholes. Okay, because then all I need to do is multiply the bottom, multiply the top. Okay, multiply the denominators and the numerators. So we've got 8, and we've got 5 times 20, which is 100. Okay, now again, okay, I know straight away that that's not going to fit in there. Okay, so what I'm going to do is going to do my division again. Okay, so 8s into 1 don't go, 8s into 10 go once, and I've got 2 left over. Okay, 8 times 3 is too big, 8 times 2 it's got to be. Okay, 2 times 8 is 16, and I've got 4 left over. So what I'm going to do extend it again, okay, and put my 4, okay, oh, not forget my decimal point here, and then how many 8s are there in 40? Well, that's nice and easy, it is 5, okay, and I worked it out. So a few of these are quite tricky, where you will need to use perhaps a division to work out the answer, okay, but this is the essential part here, okay, where we remember, when we're multiplying fractions, to just put our number and put a 1 underneath here to show, okay, and turn it into a fraction, okay, and say that we've got 20 wholes, okay, then it's nice and easy to work it out, okay. Great, because of course I was left with a fraction, but I wanted it in a number, so I needed to work it out, and that's why I did this. So I forgot to explain that. Okay, so again, have a go for yourself. There's a little bonus question I've added at the bottom there if you want to work that out as well. But see how you get on, and we'll quickly go through the answers afterwards. Okay, so pause it now. And off we go. So let's have a look. We should have had 8 kilometres, and then we should have had 12.5 miles, and then we should have had 20 miles, then we should have had 88 kilometres, and we should have had 100.8 kilometres as our answers, okay? Hopefully you got on okay with those. It looks a bit tricky, but it's actually a very useful one, and useful one to know in general for life as well, so well worth remembering that one. Okay, and I think I'm just going to leave you with just a little one to finish on here for you to have a go at yourselves. But I just wanted to fly through some of the formula there, common formula that you see, and just again reiterate how important it is to know that the inverse can help you solve those equations. Okay, so good luck in this task, and hopefully you did okay with the others earlier on. Again, if you have any troubles, make sure you let Mr. Tristram or myself know, and we can always do a Zoom or go through on Friday, do a quick video going through the answers again. Okay, so thanks year 6 and see you soon.